The ARG for Poppy Playtime Chapter 4 was recently found, and there are a lot of questions surrounding it. So let's go over everything we're able to do so far and talk about what direction it's going to go. Mob Entertainment had recently sent out letters to each of their partnered creators. The letters' contents were the same, however there were small details about each one that were different. Inside the letter was a flyer from Warren Batch Construction. This of course is a construction company inside the world of Poppy Playtime. Now the only information we have about this company was a letter from Eddie Ritterman to them. What made this letter so important was it's about the creation of the labs, where Playtime Co. would conduct their experiments for the bigger bodies. The letter talks about how the construction of the labs must be in complete secrecy, how this project should only be known about by the higher-ups at Warren Batch and Playtime Co. Because of the project secrecy, the compensation would be upwards of $100,000. Although Playtime Co. was willing to provide more funds the more independently they were able to work. They wanted the labs completed within 12 months. Now, this flyer seems fairly simple. They're here for all your dirtiest jobs. However, it's a small family-owned business. This detail is important. Playtime Co. chose this company because of that. The smaller they were, the less likely the lab's secret would be leaked. In other words, a bigger company means more people that would find out about it. Plus, $100,000 was probably a lot of money for a smaller business. So this is why they were chosen for the job. But if we take a blacklight to this flyer, there are actually singled out letters that stick out. So each flyer had different letters highlighted. All of them put together gave us the URL of centraldomainaccess.net. This brought us to a blank computer screen with a few pens on the left side and a cassette player on the right. There is also this strange sound coming from the background. I've seen a lot of people wondering what this is or what it means. Maybe it's a sound we have to cipher that will give us a special command. But no, that's not what this is at all. This is the sound of dial-up. Back in the early 2000s, if you wanted to access the internet, you needed to use dial-up. This sound is known as a handshake. It's quite literally a conversation between two modems. It's digital devices piggybacking on an analog telephone network. Yeah, the internet back in the day was not as simple as Wi-Fi. So that's what this sound is, computer noises and dial-up. So if you try to type anything here, you will be met with access denied, unless you type starticepick.bat. This will start a sequence that asks for a specific target to scrape. And if we enter domain network global's authenticator, it will scrape the files inside the domain and bring us into the main terminal. Editor Terrence here. As I'm making this video, a bunch of new stuff was found in the ARG, making the second half of this video almost irrelevant. Thank you so much Mob Entertainment for the timing of this. So I'm going to transition this video into the new content of the ARG. Okay, so like I just said, there are a bunch of new photos that were just found, and they hint towards the direction Chapter 4 is going. They also give us more insight about the nightmare critters. The first photo I want to talk about is this one. It reads, "Ring ring, calling all whiz kids, smarty pants, quick-witted tinkerers, and brainiacs." It's Elliot Ludwig on the phone. Playtime Co., the beloved and world-renowned maker of toys, is proud to introduce the Young Genius program. Never one to stand idle as the future passes him by, our generation's defining inventor and architect wishes to embrace the science of the future alongside, well, you. Join Elliot Ludwig as the best and brightest young minds seek to tackle the universe's most unanswered questions. Experiment, learn, and above all, have fun. The bottom is kinda hard to read, but it mentions applying, taking tests, and the company will get back to you. So this is huge. It looks like Playtime Co. reached out looking for the smartest kids to experiment on. Maybe the results they were getting from the orphans were not what they had hoped for, so they made this genius program to find better minds. Which brings us to this second photo. It's part of a letter a child would receive if they were accepted into the program. It reads, "Dear candidate, my name is Elliot Ludwig, and I write to you today with some momentous news. You applied, you tested in your field, you waited, and now the time has finally come. It is my absolute pleasure and privilege to announce your acceptance into the Young Genius program. program. It is my greatest hope that you, alongside your colleagues, will accomplish what those before you could never dream of. It will be an exciting venture, and I hope that you feel a bit of that excitement yourself. Great and miraculous things happen when minds such as yours come together. Directions for your lodging and instructions on what to bring will soon follow this message, but for now, revel in the idea that the future, your future, is now closer to you than ever before. Okay, what I want to point out here is the lodging part. Where were these geniuses being kept? It couldn't be the orphanage, so it must be somewhere deep down by the labs. So this means we might be exploring another location similar to the orphanage. The next photo is interesting. It looks like a list. We see a Dr. Charlie Moff, who is an anesthesiologist. This is a doctor that specializes in anesthesia. We obviously know why this is a thing from chapter 3. There is also Dr. Bruno White, two names we can't quite make out, and Benjamin Ruthford. This is a kid that dropped out of med school. He's a problem child with unresolved parent issues. It seems like he paid for school with daddy's money. This is similar to that of Theodore, the child of Catnap, as in he was also a problem child. There are also a few more doctor names, as well as Dr. Harley Sawyer, and his is circled. So like I said, this could be a list of doctors Playtime Co. is choosing to include in the Bigger Bodies initiative. Below is a note that reads, "With great effort and resources expended, I've gathered a complete list as requested. With little information available from the onset, picking up the trail of these individuals was difficult. Regardless, you keep me on retainer for a reason. Here's your list." So yeah, this was a list of doctors and a patient likely for the Bigger Body initiative. At least that's how it looks. In other words, a bunch of new characters being introduced. The fourth photo is half of a highly edited letter. It's hard to make out, but it reads, "Sawyer is quick to remind us that this whole blank is one bad day away from a catastrophic blank or possibly dead. We take the work seriously, and I don't think blank safety of our coworkers or the integrity of blank. Still, it's become somewhat of an inside joke." It also mentions a macabre, which is defined as a disturbing and horrifying event resulting in death and injury. They also hope Dr. Harley Sawyer doesn't find out about it. So clearly something really bad happened. This is oddly similar to the whole Theodore and prototype incident, but I'm sure we will eventually learn more about it. There was also a photo of a human eye. This could be anyone's, but I'm assuming it's connected to the main villain of chapter 4. With that being said, there is a highly edited photo of what looks to be one of the Bigger Body nightmare critters. The tail, the body, and the face. It's hard to say who this is, but it looks to have teeth, so this could be almost any of them. In this last photo, you can see what might be the body of the prototype, but honestly, that's just a guess. It's super hard to make out what this actually is. There are also a few audio recordings of some super unsettling noises from presumably the Bigger Body experiments, even one that sounds like bones cracking or something morphing. So what does this all mean? It seems Playtime Co. introduced the Genius program for the Nightmare Critters. They wanted older, smarter kids for the experiments, which makes sense considering the Nightmare Critters are teenagers. But I'm sure there's still a ton of stuff that we're missing that will connect the dots better. All that being said, this is pretty much everything from the new ARG. I'm sure at this point something new is going to be coming out every day. I don't normally make videos talking about news stuff like this, but I figured I would since I was already in the process of making a video about the ARG. So once more info about this Genius program comes out, I'll be making a video explaining what exactly it all means and what it's for. How do you guys feel about this new information? I won't lie, it's very similar to the ARG stuff from chapter 3, but regardless, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you like horror game content like this, please consider subscribing. Also, if you want to support the channel more, you can become a member. Don't forget to follow my Twitter at TerrifyT. Thanks for watching.